us today, this definitive stance on Amendment 4, is that Trump realizes finally which direction, how far will the anti-abortion groups allow him to go. And clearly there's a line here, which is very different than for Kamala Harris, where progressives really have allowed her a lot of runway to be able to aim to the middle.
So he is saying very clearly that he is against this amendment, but at the same time, just a week ago, he was very clear about something else. He said, quote, he posted this, "My administration will be great for women and their reproductive rights." So, Aaron, now voting for a near total abortion ban in Florida, is that his idea of supporting women and their reproductive rights?
Well, he's also been very clear about where he stands on IVF and that he would not support a total abortion ban. And I'm sitting here as people are saying that he is flip-flopping over and over again on these issues. But where are we for slamming Kamala on this? Didn't she just do an interview where she said that where she acknowledged that she has changed her positions on, I don't know, banning fracking, on Medicare for all, on an open southern border? Wasn't it Tim Walz who said, if you build the wall 25 feet high, I'll build a ladder factory that makes them 30 feet high? Listen, politicians evolve over time. If we're going to provide that same grace to Kamala Harris, who now has to try and defend her positions and couldn't even come up with a strategy for A1 Day 1 as president in her interview here on CNN, we can provide Trump a little bit of grace and understand that when he says he's going to support IVF for women, and I am a woman who is sitting here in this position being a Republican strong conservative voice because an individual like Donald Trump gave me an opportunity to be a spokesperson, and as a woman, I get to stand here in that definitive nature and say I would not be here if it had not been for Donald Trump giving me the opportunity.
Hello guys, welcome back. So why Kamala Harris is allowed to flip-flop, but Trump gets crucified for doing the same? I don't know. We're witnessing a double standard here, like plain and simple. It's like if Trump says he wants an apple today, but an orange tomorrow, the media won't let him live it down. But when Kamala changes her tune on something as significant as energy policy, she gets a pass because she's evolved. Kamala not the only one. She's not the only one, actually. Remember Biden. He also had a change of heart on issues like the Hyde Amendment. It's only bad when it's Trump. The narrative that the media spins is so one-sided, it's almost laughable. Even Politico pointed out that Kamala has a history of being unclear and inconsistent on big issues, from fracking to healthcare. Yet, for some reason, it's okay when she changes her stance, but not for Trump. That's the hypocrisy we're talking about. In 2019, during a CNN town hall, Kamala was against fracking, calling it a dangerous, polluting process. But as of the 2020 campaign, she suddenly was open to fracking, which is a big flip-flop. Compare this with Trump, who's been scrutinized for changing his position on things like NATO, China, tariff, and even his political party over the years. Yet, he's not evolved. He's flip-flopping. That's what they call Trump. Totally laughable. We can't have it both ways, folks. Either politicians are allowed to change their minds and evolve, or they aren't. The media can't keep protecting Kamala while vilifying Trump for doing the same thing. At the end of the day, it's up to us to call out these double standards and demand consistency no matter who's in the spotlight.
To be clear, she changed her position over the course of several years, and this was within 24 hours.
Do you mind if I step in
Please.
here? I mean, here's the real reality. Donald Trump, Republicans have an all-out assault on women. Donald Trump bragged about, let me just make my points, I'll let you make your points. Donald Trump bragged about undermining, reversing Roe. He bragged about it. He was found liable for sexual assault against a woman. He's running with a running mate that said that women who don't have children matter less in our American democracy. Okay, you have a Senate, Republicans in the Senate who voted to and are trying to push a national ban and voted to undermine and outlaw IVF. Okay, so there's no question about where the former president stands on this issue. What we're seeing right now is the worst of pandering. That's what's going on right now, and it's completely disingenuous. And the reason why is because it's what the Wall Street Journal said, that the problem for the Republican Party is their candidate, Donald Trump. People don't like him. He has nowhere to go. So he's seeing all the numbers. Obviously, the vice president is surging. She's surging among women because of this issue. Republicans have underperformed of the last 2 cycles because of this issue, and he's seeing that his back is against the wall. So what is he doing? He's doing what Donald Trump always does, and that is to move the ball and try to convince people that he's not who he actually is.
So one point I will contrast here with you is that you say that Democrats are trying to vote in the Senate to support IVF.
No.
I worked in the Senate. No, I worked in the Senate. You were just talking about this. I worked in the Senate. I understand. Right now, anybody that's voting on anything in June and July,
I thought we were talking about the president, though. I thought we were talking about
but you were talking about what
the
Democrats,
Republican Party,
right? And you were talking about that in the
Senate.
Senate, Republicans voted against supporting IVF. So I'm going back to that point to be able to tell you clearly that Chuck Schumer didn't put that bill up to be serious. You want to know why he put it up? So he could score political points so people can sit on panels like this and say, look at what Republicans did. That was a show.
It's all a show, guys. I'm telling you, it's all a show. The Democrats love to put bills on the floor that they know Republicans won't support just to score political points. They're not serious about passing these bills. They just want to paint the GOP as the villain. Take the IVF, for example. If the Democrats were so passionate about it, why didn't they push it through when they had the majority? Why is it only coming up when they know it's a guarantee failure? Because it's all about the optics. Chuck Schumer, like Aaron said, didn't seriously push the IVF bill with the intent of passing it. According to Politico, Senate Democrats have been known to introduce bills primarily for symbolic reasons, especially around election cycles. They set Republicans up to vote against certain measures, then weaponize those votes in campaign ads. It's all about creating a narrative, not real policy change. What we're witnessing here is pure and adulterated political theater. Democrats put up bills they know won't pass, not to enact change, but to make Republicans look bad in the public eye. It's all smoke and mirrors. They had the power to make real moves when they had the majority, but they didn't. It's a game. It's a game, guys. And they're playing the American people. Open your eyes. You know, we got to open our eyes right now. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Stay blessed.